Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your dude Eddie Toby. I'm gonna say something real quick, man. I noticed I hop back on my timeline today, and I noticed that my post about Miss Kim Davis was either reported or removed or whatnot. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. As a minister, man, um, my mandate is to tell y'all the truth about Jesus, tell y'all the truth about life itself, and to show y'all how to live life, man. And on top of that, I mean, honestly, I really don't care about like what people think about me or what people say about me. I mean, I'm grown and I'm way past that. You know what I mean? So if you don't like me, if you don't like what I say, that's fine. But however, you gotta stand before God just like I do. And so my mandate as a minister is to tell y'all the truth, preach the word to y'all, let y'all know about sin and the depravity of mankind and the whole nine. But I digress from my point. First point I want to make is that I believe Miss Kim Davis was all right and she was correct because she stood for something that she believed in. And we can go back into historical facts. Look at the civil rights movement. Look at Muhammad Ali. Martin Luther King he stood up for what he believed in. Was Rosa Parks. She stood up for what she believed in. Some people were beaten up, thrown in jail, bit by dogs, sitting in restaurants because they wanted the same fair treatment as another group was getting at the same time. All right, so again, they defy the laws of the land only due to the fact to expose the law as being correct. Just because a law is a law doesn't necessarily make it correct. And so Martin Luther King and many other civil rights leaders and every individual that has something to do with that movement did those things by standing up for what they believe in. And so Miss Davis stood up for her faith. Her faith happens to be a Christian. Right now in America, it's not a popular time to be a Christian because you want Christians to conform to the ways of the world. And even Christ himself said this in the Bible. But, also in Romans it says, be not conformed to the world, but having a renewed mind. And so some reference points about what happened in Miss Kim Davis's life. Some great examples are the book of Daniel. Read throughout the whole book. Daniel was a government official himself. The lion's den, bound before not Daniel himself, but the story about the three Hebrew boys. They didn't want to bow down to an idol that was made in the image of Nebuchadnezzar. And you can check that out for yourself. Romans chapter 13 talks about submission to authority and authority or whatnot. And so really read and really understand and really fathom what it's actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Again, last point, Muhammad Ali was, what I'm saying, he was a Muslim. He was formerly known as Cassius Clay, but became Muhammad Ali. They tried to draft him for the Vietnam War. He said, no, I'm not going over there fighting, shooting innocent poor people for no reason when my own country wouldn't even fight for my own rights, my own civil rights as a human being. And so if he stood up for what he believed in, and on top of that, he got a Supreme Court appeal to go through, after he could have faced like 10 years in jail for refusing to being drafted into the army. Fines, boxing license was revoked and everything, but the appeal came through or whatnot, and he was able to get back on track. So again, I mean, I say this is that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And recently, a couple months back, people were really pushing for same-sex marriage. Now that laws came into effect, so again, man, it's like, it's okay for somebody to stand for something only if everybody is in agreement with it. But if it's something that no one doesn't like or something that somebody doesn't want to do, then everybody's like trying to rebel against that. And right now in America, it's not a popular thing to be a Christian right now, especially a true Christian. Everybody wants to hear about God, but no one wants to hear about Jesus Christ. No one wants to hear about the gospel, repenting, the depravity of man, and the whole nine. And so, again, man, I mean, I'm just saying that, look, I'm going to keep preaching Jesus. I'm going to keep talking about the faith. I'm going to keep talking about whatever, I want to talk about. But at the same time, I mean, my mandate is to preach the gospel truth to y'all and to help y'all get, to where y'all need to go. And so it's not always popular, you know what I mean? But as far as Miss Kim Davis, I believe she was right. And I'm going to say this, and I'm in with this. The peace of God surpasses all understanding. So she may be in a jail cell, but her spirit is free, and mentally she's free. Peace. Shalom.